ka, mataray, salbahe, walang puso, walang pakialam sa kapwa, di mabuti ka. No? Kawawa rin naman sila. No? So it's not really an easy life for them. So how is bullying dealt with by the students? Tingnan nyo nga, ikumpara nyo. If these are some of your responses. Some try to fight back, but are defeated. One student explains the bullies' supremacies in hasaran in this way. Talo sila kasi they are used to it na. Sanay na sila. At saka wala silang pakialam kung makasakit sila sa feelings ng kapwa. Kung nga naman, kung babait ka, hindi ka makapanalo sa hasaran kasi hindi ka ganon ka-harden. Diba? Some fight back and are able to ward away the bullies. Meron naman talagang successful responses to bullying. Some ignore. No? Talk to the hand. No? I don't care about you. And eventually, when they move away from the bullies, then the bullies lose their interest and move away from them as well. Some students would be more upfront in confronting the bullies. Itong anak ko, ganito eh. Siya naman tapang. Sabi niya, anong problema mo? O, ayoko na inaasar ha? Excuse me. Some bullies back off with this response, while others are fired up to open aggression. Nung nakatira kami sa Amerika, ninenervous ako lagi sa anak ko. Kasi maraming bullies sa Amerika. Nandun pa kami sa African-American state. Maraming itim. No? Ang anak ko, akala niya mga Pilipino, yung mga sa African-American, Pilipino rin. Kaya pagka binubuli siya, sabi niya, bakit? Anong problema mo? Ano? So one time she came home with a black eye. Pero hindi siya binubuli na. No? Matapang rin eh, nakakatuwa rin bata. Many students warn their aggressors that they will tell on them to their teacher if they do not stop. And they really act on their threat. The teachers come in to reprimand the abuser, but the latter continues to pester the student whenever the teacher is not around. Kaya sabi ng mga estudyante, lalim, sabihin mo, hindi rin pinipigil. Some students play along with the bullies, even laughing at themselves. One student described her reaction to such a student. Sa simula, naawa ako sa kanya, ma'am. Kaya lang, pag nilalait siya ng mga bully sa klase, ngiti-ngiti pa siya at susunod-sunod dito. Nainis tuloy ako sa kanya. Hindi naman namin ng ganon. A few students bring their problems to their parents. Nagsusumbong sa mga magulang. But even fewer got helpful responses from them. Many say, we do not tell our parents because we are afraid they're going to get angry at us or that they will just tell us not to mind the bullies. Ganon rin naman ako noon. Hindi ko na lang pinansin. Ganon ka rin, anak. Mawawala rin yan. Now, what happens to the bystanders? Yung mga nanunood sa mga bullying events. Most of the students express concern and pity over the victim of extreme bullying, where physical assault and extortions are involved. Many of them disclose that they refrained from helping for fears that the bullies would turn on them. None have reported cases of concerned students who helped and were eventually bullied as well. But I have a story about a concerned girl. She was head of the class, and she noted that one of the newcomers in her class was being bullied by one of her male classmates. So, what she did was she talked to her classmate. And the classmate said, anong pakialam mo? Gusto mo ikaw ang asahin ko? So she said, okay, so that's your attitude. So what she did, she called all her classmates. And because she was a student leader and she was well-liked, people came to the meeting. And she presented a problem to them about this bully and about the need to attend to a newcomer in their class. And she said, let's do it this way. If he continues to bully, then nobody sits with him during lunch breaks and recess. Nobody joins his group for group projects, and nobody talks to him. And they did that. So what happened? Could you guess? Did the bullying stop? Yes, she was able to make the bullying stop. Okay? Now, how is bullying dealt with by the school officials? And this is the last one. All students say that their schools try to stop bullying. Talaga naman, they try. Kaya lang, many students say that the school is not effective in dealing with the bullying problem. Oo. Sabi nila, yes. Bullying is usually dealt with by reprimands from the teachers. Eventually, the bully is sent to the guidance office and are given counseling and or disciplinary actions. Yun ang usual. It seems like, marami kong kwento kaya wala tayong oras. Tough bullies respect teachers who are fair, inspirational, and also tough. The bullies say they see the toughness in the ambiance of the teacher. May dating, hindi kailangan mong sumigaw. Tapos marami silang mga ibinigay na halimbawa ng mga good practices ng mga teachers na magaling humawak ng mga bullying. Now, how is bullying dealt with? Ng mga good practices ng mga teachers na magaling humawak ng mga bullying. Now, how is bullying dealt with by the parents? Information about bullying reach the parents only when much pain and suffering has been inflicted on the victim. So it's not a natural thing for kids to tell these things to their parents. Pag seryoso na lang. And ang malungkot, many parents just tell their children to stay clear out of trouble, not to mind the bully and be patient. So some parents go to school for help, and sometimes the school authority will tell them, alam yung bully ng anak mo, kausapin mo. No? The students, however, say that such talks are effective only if the parent is perceived by the bully to be influential in school and at staff. So hindi daw pwede, yung sweet-sweet ng mga nanay. Ba't naman ginagano ng akin naman? Tigilan mo na naman. Kasi di ba tao ka rin lang naman, nararamdaman mo yan. Kasi kasatwat yan. Kinakailangan may pagka-tough rin ang mga magulang. Some parents, noting that their visit to the school does not lead to any significant effect, eventually they decide to move their child to another school. Karaniwan yan ang ending ng mga frequently bullied children. Now, let me end by giving you some reflections and recommendations for the school and the community. 1. Bullying is a destructive pattern of interaction in school. It hurts the victims for sure, but it also poses risks of personality damage to the perpetrator. 2. Bullying provides a psychosocial template for dysfunctional thinking, feeling, and responding, which can be carried on to the children's adult life. Thank God, many of you are reformed bullies. But many leaders in our country may be former bullies and are continuing to bully the lesser people in their midst, rather than serving them. Bullying will not stop simply by letting passage of time, tatanda lang naman ng mga bata, and standard guidance procedures deal with the matter. So, if that's the case, there's a need to address the problem of bullying in Philippine schools on a purposive, strategic, and nationwide scale if we want our schools to be peace zones where our children can develop free from fear of violence. So some things that we can do. Consultations on bullying can be held to jumpstart the advocacy, educational, and mobilization efforts. More research on bullying needs to be conducted so that evidence-based programs can be developed for the problem. Personal growth and wholeness programs. Now this is different from good manners and right conduct and values education sessions. This is helping children to become whole, buo na mga bata, and happy children. The assumption is whole and happy children are least tempted to abuse other children. Programs that will help the bullies sa bansa natin, lagi tinutulungan ang inaabuso. Pero hindi tinutulungan para magbago ang nang-aabuso. Programs that will help the victims of bullying and bystanders to become resilient, para hindi ka babagsak agad. And secondly, to deal with the problem of bullying. And then of course, training. Our teachers, our psychologists, our professionals need to be helped to learn how to deal with the problem of bullying. And of course, there should be awareness programs for parents so they know the seriousness of bullying in our schools. So they know how to respond to their children's problems. And so they also know how to soul search. Because the bullying may have started way back in their homes. So lastly, the parents, the children, and the school need to have a vision, pangitain, of what it means for the school to be a caring, safe, and peaceful communities. That is kaliwanagan. That is kaginhawaan. So may the Lord bless us in all our efforts to keep our children safe and happy. Thank you very much.
Wow, thank you for that very comprehensive lecture on bullying, Dr. Bautista. Now from bullying, we go to lecture about depression. Now to give us a lecture on depression, we have Dr. Jerry Jurisprudencia, and Dr. Jerry Jurisprudencia actually finished his master's degree in guidance and counseling from the La Salle University and master in theology from St. Joseph's School of Theology, and he completed his doctorate degree in clinical psychology at Ateneo de Manila University. He is currently the chairperson of the Department of Psychology, Miriam College. He also teaches undergraduate and graduate courses in the Department of Psychology, College of Arts and Sciences, as well as graduate courses in the College of Education, Miriam College. As a practicing clinical psychologist, he does play therapy with children, individual counseling with adolescents, adults, and couples. He also conducts seminar, workshops, team building seminars, group dynamics, and a sought-after speaker or resource speaker, among others. He recently obtained his license as a professional guidance counselor from the Philippine Regulatory Commission, or PRC. His professional involvement includes membership in the Asian Psychological Association, Philippine Guidance and Counseling Association, Dementia Society of the Philippines, Philippine Association of Counselors, Education, Research, and Supervision, or PACERS, Philippine Mental Health Association, and a current member of the board of the Psychological Association of the Philippines. Let us all welcome our speaker on lecture of depression, Dr. Jerry Jurisprudencia.
Good morning. Thank you for that kind introduction to this hours. Is it okay with you if you see my back? It's kind of depressing when you talk to people here and there are people that do not as if they're talking on you. Well, I don't know, are you comfortable sitting there? Or don't you want to be appreciative of what we prepared? So you can sit here in fact. You can sit here in fact. I want to see your faces also. You are not left behind because it feels like you are marginalized there at the back. So, good morning to all. So it's nice to see this place full packed. I thought there will only be 20 people coming. It's a small room. And then only to realize that when I invited my students, 80 of them to attend, they were told that it's already full and they are told to look somewhere else. So I said, well, that's fine. I'm happy that this is really something. And we are thankful that this kind of endeavor is pushed through because of the efforts of one person here right now, the founder of the NGF, Jeannie, the Natasha Global Foundation. Let's all give her a big round of applause. She's the mover behind us, gathering Dr. Bolet, Dr. Mendoza, and myself to have this talk this morning.